In this video, we're going to look at how to use the class list tool in your CCC Online D2L courses. So you'll get to the class list tool by clicking on the class list link in the toolbar. So the class list tool does a couple of things for you. The first thing that it does is it lists all of the users in your course. So when you first get to the screen, you'll see their names listed in alphabetical order, and you'll also see their last access date here. So one nice thing you can do from the class list is easily email your students. You can do this just by clicking on the student's name, and it will automatically generate a new email addressed to that student. And if you have a new class and a new list of students, that can be the easiest way to get your students' email addresses. Now, if you want to email all of the students in your course, you can also do that really easily from the class list tool. And you'll do that by clicking on this email link here. This will take you to a list of all of your students. You can simply click Send Email, and this sends an email to every single one of your students. Now, I only have one student listed in my course, so we only see one addressee here. But if you had several students, which you will, then you'll see all of those students listed there. So I'll go ahead and close that. So the class list tool, while giving you your list of students, really provides one of the easiest ways to email your students without having to search for their addresses. So the other important thing that you can do from the class list tool is view your user progress reports. You can do that by clicking on the drop-down arrow next to any of your students in your course and clicking on View Progress. This brings up your user progress report. And the first page it takes you to is the summary. You can see all of the different areas of the progress report listed in this menu on the left here. So your summary, if you scroll down through it, will give you kind of a brief overview of their activity. You'll see any grades that they've received. You'll see content that they've visited, including specific pages they visited, number of times they visited, and number of hours or minutes spent in that content. You'll also see numbers of discussions that they've read, threads that they've created, or replies that they've posted to other people's threads. You'll see summaries for things like the Dropbox and quizzes, and some overviews about the numbers of Dropbox submissions that they have done, and the percentage of Dropboxes in the course that they've completed, as well as ones that haven't yet been graded. And if you want to see more information on any of these things here, you'll simply click on it, and it'll show you more information about that item. And at the bottom here, you'll also see a really detailed piece of information about their login history. So this will show you their total number of logins, the last time they accessed the course. And if you go over here to the right, you can actually see a graph. You can move your mouse across all of the different days that your course has been active. So you can see how many times that they logged in on each specific day and the total number of logins. So on your summary page here, these are really giving you a brief overview. I can see generally what a student has done in each of these items. But if I want to see more specific information, I can use this menu on the left and choose a specific item that I want to see more information about. So for example, if I want to see more information about discussions, I can click on that. Now that shows me a list of all of the discussions in my course. And for each of those, I can see the activity that my student has in each of those discussions. So this student, for example, has only participated so far in the Module 2 discussion. We can see that he's created one thread. So if I expand these topics here, I can see that the Module 2 discussion was the one in which he created the thread. And I can even click more details here to read the post. And if I want to close any of that, I can click these arrows and close that information. So I can do the same thing here with Dropboxes, with quizzes, and other activities in the course. When I click on Dropbox, for example, I'll see a list of all of the Dropboxes in the course, and I can see the Dropboxes that my student has submitted files to. I can click Details here, and it will show me what their submission is and the date on which they submitted it. I can also see at the top here the percentage of Dropboxes in the course that they've completed. Now there's also an even more detailed view of their login history if I click on that in the menu. And this lets me see all of the specific days that they've logged in. And if I want to view any of those days, I can click on the number of sessions listed on that day. I can see the time that they accessed the course, and I can see even the IP addresses that they used to access the course. So this information can be really helpful if you need to go back and see what your students have done in the course, or if you have any issues that require you investigating students' activity in the course. And of course, if you have issues that you're concerned about, you should contact your chair or our student services department to help you with those issues. So that's how you use the Classlist tool to communicate with your students using email, either by simply emailing one student at a time or emailing all of your students at once. And it's also how you access your user progress reports to view detailed information about the work that your students have done, the content that they visited, and the time that they've spent in your course.